Hi everyone, James and Bronwyn here from Mindful Risk. We're passionate about helping organisations achieve competitive advantage through risk management, and we do that by helping them demystify risk and risk management and turn things that seem like they're really esoteric and kind of nonsensical into practical, concise, applicable concepts and frameworks for their organisation. We also really love talking to interesting people and interesting organisations that have got a unique spin on risk or risk management, and being passionate surfers ourselves, we want any excuse to talk to other surfers or surfing organisations. So this week, we're lucky enough to have Kate Cass, who's the General Manager Operations from Surfing New South Wales with us. So welcome, Kate, and thank you for joining us.
Hey, you guys.
Yep. Yeah, great to have you with us. I like the background.
I know. It's there's a real whale there.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, surfing's a high-risk sport, and successfully running events in our current environment is getting very complex. Can you tell us about some of the risk management techniques Surfing New South Wales has been able to use and adopt?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me this afternoon. And the event space for us is really changed in the last year. We used to have our event plans that were about shark mitigation, water safety, transport, and plans, traffic management plans, and your competitor and spectator egress. That was kind of where our scope was. But now we've got, your competitors have to be temperature monitored when they check in. They've got QR codes. We have a no survey, no surf policy, and run to a really strict COVID safety plan. So the event space has really changed for us, and it's changed many a time over us being able to start running events again due to the public health orders. So it's quite a different looking area than what it was a few months ago. But we're up and running, so that's very exciting for us.
Yeah, great to hear. And I think it's okay. It always feels like risk management's all about this inevitable, protecting the downside type stuff. But what excited us was that we've heard that you guys have actually used this period as a chance to identify and execute on some great opportunities or new programs. So could you talk us through some of those programs?
Yeah, absolutely. So a few years ago, the board really looked at the risk, like the risk for our business, and we saw that predominantly we were seen as an elite surfing organisation that ran events, and having all our eggs in that one basket is not really a smart way to operate. So we looked at ways to diversify our incomes. We looked at partnership deals that weren't your normal clothing brands, surfboards, fins, etc., and went out to other places other people in the marketplace, and now have brands that are like Mad Mex and food brands and things that aren't necessarily just in that one little bucket. We also looked at the Parliamentary Friends of Surfing, so we were looking at different ministers and what they were looking at implementing within their communities, and seeing how surfing could inject ourselves into that community and see what cool things we could do working within the frameworks that they were already looking at rolling out. So we've got the Her Sport, Her Wave program, Her Sport, Her Way program that we run a Her Wave program off the back of. We've got Mental Health 360. We've worked with police and emergency services on a Surfers Rescue 247 program, which is amazing. We work with Destination New South Wales and look at environmental impact statements on where we run events through regional towns and cities in New South Wales. And we've just recently launched a brand new Creative Kids program that sort of brings the arts into surfing, and are running a surf photography and videography course with the Creative Kids Vouchers and Service New South Wales. So we've been able to pivot quite quickly. We've taken some of our what would have been beach-based events to an online clip comps, and so we've really seen a pivot and being able to change quickly within this environment, but still run really good and effective programs that are great for surfers, both in the event space and also those 1.2 million recreational surfers out there.
Wow.
So, Kate, you just referred to Surfing New South Wales as a business, and it is a big, complex business. What can a high-risk sport like surfing teach us about risk management in business?
Well, I think that having a really solid board and a really good CEO are two really important things. You need someone steering the ship who had trust in their employees, but we also respect and trust what they're looking to achieve. If your board is not necessarily super risk averse, so they're happy to let the employees run and look at different programs and look at ways that we can innovate the business and move forward in times that are when you're under a little bit of duress within certain parameters, is really something that as an employee I really appreciate. That it has let us pivot quickly, upload new programs and work with that without fear of failure. Like we're learning each time we step forward. It's not about making mistakes. It's not about doing something wrong. It's about learning and getting the best program out to our participants and our community as we can.
Yeah. Wow. No, that's fantastic. Look, I think we took a heap away from that, Kate, but the biggest thing for me, first and foremost, was to hear that as surfers, I feel like we never really get a seat at the table with politicians. So it's great to hear that you guys have made inroads there. That's a great thing.
Surfing is really cool, we've found out.
Oh, okay. Well, we've known that for the last, 35 years. But,
yeah.
I think we need to talk a bit quietly. Yeah, we'll get in trouble. No, so I think having a quality governance framework in place and then having an organisational culture, I heard there that you guys have got, where it enables quick pivots, it gives you that test and learn environment, and it allows you to move fast in challenging times. That, I reckon, that was a big takeaway. And then also, I know it is an oldie but a goodie, having diverse revenue streams, obviously not concentrating your risk. That sounds like you guys have been able to do that, and that's held you in good stead for the period we've just been through. And then also, excitingly, you've obviously got a board that is comfortable and understands that not taking risk is not an option, especially in challenging times, and that they're comfortable that within, as you said, parameters, they're happy and supportive of the organisation exploring new horizons. So that's fantastic.
Absolutely. And having that groundwork and framework set up from the get-go enables you to pivot quickly when you need to. So it's really important to have that framework in place so you can do these fun and cool things when you want to.
Agreed. Awesome. All right. Well, look, thank you so much for being with us today, Kate, and hope you have a lovely afternoon, and look forward to chatting to you again soon.
Yeah, good to chat to you. See you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.